Hello.
Hello.
Hi, are you ready for the lesson today?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Great. Today we're going to practice IELTS writing part 1. As you know, there are two parts for IELTS in the writing section, and the first part is going to be writing about a graphic or a table or a chart. And the second part is going to be an essay. And you will spend about 20 minutes for the first part, and you're going to have to write about 150 words. At first, I want to practice what kind of things you might see in the first part. All right?
Okay.
Can you see the book? You want me to zoom in?
No, I can see it.
Okay. As you can see, there are 6 visuals here. And in the box, it's their names. So we are going to label which visual is what. So if you had to choose from this box, what would you say for the picture 1? Would you say this is a diagram, or would you say this is a map or a pie chart? What do you think this is?
I would say it's a bar chart.
Yes, it's a bar chart. As you know, a bar chart is, these are bars. You see these things?
Yes.
They're called bars, and this is a bar chart. So it's giving information in bars. So in this case, it's information about some sports, and the colors represent the gender. It's boys, girls, and also it represents the age. So the first one is a bar chart. Very good. What do you think the second one is?
Second one is a table.
True, this is a table. When you see something like this, in this form, it will probably be a table. This is what a table looks like in the writing section 1. What would you say number 3 is?
Number 3 is absolutely pie chart.
Yes, we call this a pie, so you can remember this from an actual pie, like an apple pie, for example. This is a pie chart, so it's showing the information in a circle, in a pie. Okay, what would you say 4 is?
I think 4 is a map.
Yes, it's a map. It's very obvious. If you want to go somewhere, you look at a map, and as you can see, here are some street names and some places names. So we can easily say that this is a map. Very good. So we're going to say map. And the fifth one, what would you say a fifth one is?
I think it is a diagram.
It's a diagram. Very good. This is a diagram. So you might also see something like this in the IELTS writing the first part. And the final one, what do you think the final one is? There's only one option. It's a graph. As you can see, you will usually see something like this, and it will show an increase or a decrease, a lot of information. So in this case, it's showing information about some bicycles, some trains, and how they're used. We will see in a minute. So in the writing part, the first part, you might see one of these things, but of course you never know which one they're going to ask. But we will be practicing for every scenario. Do you have any questions for the first part?
No.
Okay, let's continue down to the book. Now, it's going to practice first the graph. So let's see what it shows in the graph. So we're going to look at the traffic growth in the Netherlands since 1950. Okay. So on the left part, so when you see a graph like this, you have to look at the information. What kind of information does it give me? So in the left part, I see a percentage, though I don't know what it represents. And here I see the years, and I see that the years are in 10 years. This information is quite useful because I am going to be using this in my writing. And the percentage is up to 160%. And there's going to be colors, and each color represents one thing. Can you see which color represents what?
Yes.
What does the blue represent?
Blue represents car.
Yes, it says right here. And what does the yellow represent here?
Train.
Yes, it represents the train. And what does the green represent?
Bicycle.
Exactly. And the red represents?
Other public transport.
Yes. It can be a bus, or it can be a tram, any other public transport and it's represented by the red. So we are going to answer these questions. First of all, is the information in millions or as a percentage?
Percentage.
It's in percentage. How do I know? Because there's a percentage sign here. Okay. And what are they measuring?
The traffic growth.
Exactly. They're measuring the traffic growth in the Netherlands since 1950. And do you see any time element to this information?
Can you repeat again? What else?
Do you see a time element? Like, is it talking about any time?
Yes, yes. I see years.
You see years, and
yes, from 1950 to
2000. And yeah. What is the gap between years?
20. Oh no, 10 years.
10 years, right? 50 to 60, 60 to 70, and so on. And are there two or more things being compared?
There are four.
Four things, right? There's a car, a train, a bicycle, other public transport. So when you see a graph like this, the first thing you want to do is check what kind of information it gives and check all the details and check what it wants. So reading the headline is quite important because it gives the information of what it's talking about. So please don't just focus on the graph, check everywhere, right? Okay. So let's see what it wants us to do. So here are some mistakes, right? And I want you to find the mistakes in this writing. So it's showing me an example writing. It's giving me a description. And what I want you to do is find the mistake. Okay. Let me just go up. Yes, find the mistake it contains.
Okay, let's check.
Okay, let's read it out loud. Can you read it out loud for me, please?
Yeah. The graph shows the increases in traffic in England from 1960 to 2010.
Is there let's stop, please. Let's stop. I'm sorry to cut you off. Do you see any mistake in this sentence?
Yes, I see. Actually, the graph shows the increase in traffic in Netherlands.
In Netherlands, not in England. Very good.
Yeah, from 1950 to 2000.
Not 1960, but 1950. Okay, but this is a good start. When you write on your own, you can start to write like this because you have to explain all the time what you're writing about. So this is a pretty good start. We will look at the starts more, but this is a good one. So the graph shows the increases in traffic in Netherlands from 1950 to 2000, not 2010. Exactly. Okay, so we have 1, 2 mistakes here. And also 3. This is the third one. Yes?
During this time, the car traffic increased by just over 150%, while train traffic increased by 40%.
Is that true? Let's look. Car traffic. What is the car traffic? The blue one, right?
Yeah, blue one. No, it's wrong. It should be over 140.
Yes, it didn't increase 150. It increased 140. As I follow this, I can see it reached to 140%. Of course, this is for practice. In the writing part, they will not give you a writing for you to correct. You have to write something like this, but we're just seeing examples. And this is also a good start, or you can start by talking about the highest point. We will be talking more about that. When you're writing, you want to focus on the biggest points, the biggest differences, the peaks, or the lowest points, the plummeted points, and so on. So this is a really good information to give. Okay, so it's 140%, while
train traffic increased by 40%. Train
was yellow.
It is also wrong. It increased by 20%.
Exactly, it increased by 20%, right? So again, this is also a good information to give because this is the second highest. So when you're giving information in the graph, you want to talk about the high points, the first highest, the second highest, and you, of course, at the same time, you want to give the correct information. So 20% is the correct information here. Okay, let's look at this one, bicycle traffic.
Bicycle traffic increased by approximately 20%.
Okay, is that correct?
Yeah, approximately 20.
Yes, you can say that, but you could say maybe 15% as well, because it's not exactly 20, and there should be a difference between train and bicycle, but it says approximately, so you can say 15, 17, doesn't matter. But even if you say 20, because you say approximately, it wouldn't be a huge mistake, but we should prefer to say, of course, like 15% or around that. And
other public transport traffic actually decreased by about 20%. No, it is not decreased. It increased, but
it's not decreased, so we should use the word in instead of be. Yes.
Yeah.
And what about the percentage?
Like 10%.
Exactly, like about approximately 10%. So yes, this is a very good example of what you can write. Of course, you have to write more to this. But if the information was correct, it would be a really good example. And then you would have to write a little more to reach 150 words. But this is a good example. So for home, I want you to write something similar to this. I am going to send you in an email a similar graph, okay? And I want you to write a very similar information to this one, okay? It will be with percentage and with years, so the graph will be similar.
And should I write 150 words?
No. You don't have, for now, you don't have to write it. Okay. For beginning, just write what you see. Just give a general description of what you see, okay?
Okay.
So because we will be focusing on the language, but at first you have to write the information correct. So at the beginning, I want you to understand the general information the graph gives, or the map gives, or the diagram gives, okay?
Okay.
All right, now in the next lesson, we will be practicing a pie chart.
Okay.
And I would like to stop here. Do you have any questions for me?
No, thank you.
No, thank you so much. And I will see you in the next lesson.
Okay, see you.
Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.